Hey, welcome back. I'm so glad you're here. I was thinking, I think a lot of us are in a really strange situation right now. You know, we know we can't stay where we are, but we don't know where we're going yet because we're having to wait. Maybe we're waiting on finances. Maybe we're waiting on healing. Maybe we're waiting on the kids to get to a certain point. Um, maybe we're trying to decide if we're going to stay or leave a relationship. Maybe we're deciding if we're going to move across the country or start a business. We could be anything, but we're waiting, and we could be waiting on an answer from somebody else. So we're in this season of just not knowing what to do, and we just want God to go, okay, here's a text, here's the game plan, this is what you need to do, and this is how it's going to play out. But that's not what he gives us. He gives us Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. That says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your paths. Beautiful, beautiful. We love the promise. But we wrestle with the process because it's hard, and we don't want to do it. Trusting is hard, especially when we don't see it, especially when you're scared, and when you've been disappointed before, and when you're tired, and when you've prayed and prayed and prayed and nothing's happened. Because us understanding wants certainty. We want guarantees. We want to see it. We want to know that the relationship is going to work. We want to know that the diagnosis is going to be positive. We want to know that the bills are going to be paid. We want to know that the kids are going to be okay. And God says, trust me before you know. And that's hard. Because faith isn't trusting after everything makes sense. It's trusting when you don't know where the road goes, and you don't know how long it's going to take, and you don't know what the diagnosis is going to be. You don't know why things are happening the way they are. You don't know why the relationship that you got in fully in love is falling apart now. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Not part of your heart. All of your heart. Not the part that feels safe. Not the part that's easy to surrender. All of it. All of it. The scared part, the angry part, the hurt part, the anxious part. All of it. And the verse is so beautiful, but it's a really complicated, deep thing to do. It's not just, okay, all right, sure, God, sounds great. That's not what it is. He wants you to give it all to him. And then he says, lean not on your own understanding. I don't like that. Because whose understanding am I going to lean on? Oh, God's. I want to know why. I want to know why they left. I want to know why my job is laying me off. I want to know why I'm sick. I want to know why my kids won't listen and do what I've taught them to do. Why are they going and doing their own thing? I want to know why. Why life didn't turn out the way I planned at 63. It's unfair. We want to know. And God says, you don't have to understand everything to trust me. Because if we understood everything, then there would be no need for faith. Faith begins where understanding ends. Sometimes God says, take the next step. But we want the next 10. And he says, nope, just this one. Just take this one step. And that's terrifying for people who need plans and who need roadmaps and who need to know the steps and plan ahead. That's terrifying. But some of the greatest blessings in our lives start with uncertainty. Some of the best chapters start with just trusting and stepping out, not knowing what's going to happen. That was the way it was for me. I didn't know at the time when I filmed my first video that it was, 9 months later going to become what it's become. But it was that one small, shaky step of obedience with a video about Q-tips that brought me here. to you. So we've got to submit to him. We've got to trust him. We've got to lean on his understanding. Everything. We've got to give it all to him. The hope, the dreams, the fears, the frustrations, the anxiety, the disappointment, the heartbreak. All of it to him. And trust that he is going to make sure that when we get to where we're going, that we're ready for it, that we were prepared for it, that we trusted in him and we listened to him and we leaned on him, so that when we got there, we were ready to be there. He can't put us there before we're ready. It'll just be a big mess. It really, really will. So I appreciate you coming and spending a little bit of time with me today. And I'll be back in a few days, but thank you. I really appreciate you being here. Have a great day.